So I think this will be long enough. And then here's the switch. There we go. There. Now I'm going to zip tie this discharge hose to the side of this angle iron. And now I just got to cut the hose. Hey everybody, out here from BC Extreme Outdoorsman. Today I'm going to be working on the jet boat, and what am I doing today, you ask? I am going to be installing a bilge pump. As you see in some of my videos, I'm always pulling over to empty the boat out when I get into the white water and hit big waves and get Lisa wet. But now all I'm going to do is I'm going to hook up a wiring harness and everything and hook this up to the boat. I got some discharge hose here. Now this pump is a 1100 gallon per hour. Oh, I thought it was per minute. That would be a lot though. 1100 GPH, gallons per hour. So this should more than empty the boat out for me. Now where I'm going to put this is in the back of the boat, of course. It's going to, I already kind of got it wedged in there the way I want, and I'm going to hook up a switch to the battery box and a fuse inside the battery box. So basically I'll control it from a switch right on the battery box. So actually, before I get too far ahead of myself, I did buy this on Temu, so let's make sure that it works. So for this pump, the hose, it was less than $30. So really can't beat that. So I just happen to have a battery here. Let's see if it even works. Oh, there we go. It works. Okay, just to show you how I'm gonna have this mounted, just going to sit here just freely. I'm going to put the battery down here so it'll hold pressure on the mat here and keep this in place. Then I'm going to run the hose up along here. I'll put a clamp there, up here, and then I'm just going to have it here. And then I'm going to cut it here, and it'll just discharge out here when I turn it on. All right, I think I'm going to mount the switch like right here. So it'll be sitting right there. Gives me lots of room to do the wiring and stuff. So I'm just going to start with a 1/4 inch drill bit. I guess right in the center, eh? It looks good. It's not a very sharp drill bit. All right, now I'll go to this step bit. And I have to make it big enough for yep. Okay, so the switch is going to sit right in like this. I'll probably find something to put. There should be a piece. And I think I might have one that tells you on or off and stuff like that. But I got to test the switch to see which way is on and off. Yeah, it's just going to sit like that. Okay, I'm just testing for continuity here on the switch. So it's off. That's on. So I'll leave it as is. I want to switch it up to go on. And I'll tighten that down, and then we'll do some wiring here. Okay, made this little wire, and it's going to go from this positive here. I'm going to have to add a fuse on here. I got this little 15 amp fuse here, and then I'm going to go to there, and I'm going to do that now. And now I'm just going to connect this to there, and that will be easy to do. And then I'm going to run another wire from the other side out here, and a negative coming out here, and then put a plug on it, and then we'll work on installing everything else on the boat, and I'll show you that. All right, so moving right along here. So this is going to attach to there, and I'm going to get this wire here open it up here, and I'm going to have the white one going to here and then the black one going to here. Then I'm going to put a plug on it and have it running out here, and then pretty much the battery box wiring is done. Well, I don't have any more of those little round ones like this, so I'm going to have to use just one of those fork ones. Make sure they fit on there. Oh yeah, they fit perfect. All right, so power right here. There we go. Okay, so black to black. And the power here. So if I take this out. All right. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing in there with my hands. Here we go. That's that. Almost put this back together. All right, so the wire's almost done, but I did screw up, guys. So what I did is I had to cut this. I didn't leave myself enough room for the switch for this to be bolted back down here. I'm gonna have to turn that as well to maybe come up from the bottom, which is no big deal. But I'll be able to get the screws, these two screws in now with no problem. I might trim a little bit more off the side, but yeah, my fault. Made a mistake, but so the wire's going to come out here, and the switch is sitting like that, and then we'll get to wiring the boat. So I'm just going to tidy this up here, get this all back together, get a plug on this end, and then we'll be ready to head to the boat. All right, everyone. So this is completed with the plug on it and everything, and that's how it turned out. I had to cut this a bit. And then I just put some tape on here just to keep so there's no electrical exposed, as that is the power. And then here's the switch. There we go. So I'm going to put this back on the battery, and then we'll go to the boat, and we have some wiring to do over there, which will be wiring the pump and then installing the discharge hose. All right. I can actually test this thing now. Take the plug here, plug it in, and here's the pump, and it works. Perfect. So now we will take the battery and put it back in the boat, and then we'll run the tubing, or not the tubing, the discharge line. Okay, so I'm just attaching the discharge hose to the pump. And that's going to go, I should have probably waited before I did this. So that's how the battery is going to go. The pump's just going to sit like that. It's going to get all the water I want out, and I was worried about it torquing, well, a bit, but that's actually holding it in there pretty good. Okay, everyone, I just drilled the hole, used the vacuum cleaner, didn't get any filings in there. Now I'm going to zip tie this thing, this discharge hose, this side of this angle iron, and then we're almost done, guys. That's secured, and now I just got to cut the hose. All right, that's going to conclude this install, other than I'm going to go buy some wire protecting loom, because I don't seem to have any here, but the pump's just going to sit there like that. The battery's going to help hold it down by putting pressure on there, and it won't go anywhere. You can see. And then the hose is going to discharge up. I did drill a hole in there and right there. And I did move these zip tie ends to where you're not going to rub on them if you're doing work or something, because them things will leave a big gash in your arm and stuff. But that's going to conclude this video here of the install of the bilge pump. I'm going to go out tomorrow jet boating and try it out. Actually, right now would be nice. It's beautiful outside. But yeah, I did move these in, like I said, so you won't, the little nubs on the zip ties, so you don't get caught on your arm and stuff like that, because that always leaves big scratches. Ask me how I know, I'm a mechanic. Yeah. So yeah, please like, subscribe, to the notifications button so you don't miss any future content. Ton of jet boating footage and videos coming your way. So stay tuned for that. One guy did want a picture of this Trinity foot on how it's sitting right now, and I'm going to do that right now. There's how the foot is sitting. As you can see, here's the top of my tunnel. So it's just underneath the top. If I was to put this on, that's almost exactly where I would put it. Let me turn the motor for you. You can see how it's just underneath. That's pretty much perfect. But yeah, I want to test it in whitewater still. So I hope this helps you. And yeah, I'll be out jet boating here soon. So stay tuned, everybody. Take care and be safe.